Welcome and good morning to the Ron G Morning Show. Our guest this morning is Coach K with Wanna Go Fit. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are here on this morning, a few days from the Brain Health Fair that went on. And I've been bragging about you. I've been bragging about you a lot. Say you are an inspiration to people who came to the health fair, and an inspiration to everybody else for the things that you are doing. And I applaud you for what you bring into the community, and let everybody know what's going on, not only health wise, but mentally. Let everybody know what's going on. And I am so honored to be part of your health for the Brain Health Fair.
Well, I am thankful for everybody that participated, that attended. I knew it was going to be some great information just from planning. I didn't even get to do everything that I wanted to do. So, I mean, again, this is something that has to be a conversation, right? Mental health is so important, right? So we have to talk about it. If we never talk about it, which is what has happened in previous years, right? We've seen from generations before us, not talking about stuff, sweeping it under the rug. What good is that doing? We all now have high counselor and therapy bills or some expensive habits, right?
Yeah.
So, no, let's talk about it. Let's get it out there. So I thank you for coming out. I hope that you were able. You said one of my favorite lines. I'm glad you chimed in with that one. I like that. But I'm glad that hopefully you took away something as well.
Oh, I did, because I was that one lady said we had 1,000 and something minutes in a day, and it's how we use those minutes. And I thought about that, because you could sit down and be idle, not doing nothing for 20 minutes. You could be doing something constructive. So I get what she was talking about, where people say you don't have time. You don't have time. You have time if you make time.
That's right. That's right.
So,
like you said, making time for things that are important. It's important, right? For lack of better terms. Making time for, that time to get to the gym, the time to meal prep, I mean, the time for your person, right? I was just, my last one before I jumped on here, she was saying that her husband and her had some discussions about how to connect more. So, taking time in the evening versus kind of fussing about their day, taking time in the evening and actually talking about some positives and things of that nature and so forth. So, I mean, again, making time to do what you want, but also spending time in a way that's beneficial. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that you have to, every minute has to be spent doing something. Sometimes, right? Just sitting back. I'm going to take a little chill day. I'm not going to run myself ragged. I'm going to take that nap to, one of my favorite things to do, just being honest, and you met my friend, and I love to sit and just lay up, and we were only watching one phone, but we TikTok together. We're just scrolling through, looking at the things, but that's intentional. That's like, hey, I would like to scroll. Come on, won't you scroll with me? That's being intentional with your time, right?
Yeah.
So I like that. I took away quite a few things from.
One other major thing I took away was you need to have you some me time. And the way they were explaining, we know we come in from work, the kids go to school and all that. This morning, I was talking about on my show this morning, I said, me time. Okay, once the kids are gone to school, you can sit back and take some me time then. And then once they go to bed at night, you take some me time then. I know people's schedule is hectic. How can I put that in there? You are going to have to put that in there in order for you to meditate, relax, and reflect on the day. If you don't do that, you fall into this rut, and that's how you get burnt out.
That's right. And like you said, and it doesn't have to be a great amount of time. It can be take this, 5. I like the number 7, and I do break short minute, whatever. I like 7 minutes and 22 minutes. So 7 minutes sometimes is all I have, just to, maybe that's what I want to do, sit and scroll. Maybe I just want to sit and not do anything. Maybe I want to take a dance break, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? All right. I can fit in 7 minutes. Maybe I have 22 minutes where I can really have a little bit of me time. And as I said at the event, when I was raising children, I told them, hey, don't come jumping on me. I'll walk through the door. I need my time just like you had your time when you got home to sit and do what you wanted to do. I need that same time. I am not exempt. You know what I mean? So that's where that kind of, hey, this 22 minutes, this whatever is coming from. You know what I mean? But me time is very important. Your me time can be gym time, right? Your me time, actually, just being honest, can be clean. Some people like to just zone out and clean. Maybe that's your time, but whatever it is, you better take it, because like you said, the burnout is real.
Oh, it's real. Because I'm gonna tell you a little quick story. I got burnt out from DJing back in 2014. Mm-hmm. I sold all my equipment. I was done. That's I got so burnt.
Oh, you were done if you sold the equipment.
I sold everything. I said, I don't want to do this anymore, because what you call it, the people were getting ugly and demanding. And I said, I don't have to take this anymore. I got a full-time job. Well, Lord behold, somewhere down the line, somebody came up to me and said, man, you need to get back out there and DJ, because you play the old school music. And we got people that want to hear that music. And when you stopped, we couldn't find another DJ to play the music that you played. So
what's up?
Fast forward.
Here you are.
5 years later.
Here you are.
I sat down and got new equipment. And then when I sold everything, it was turntables. I came back with asked my son, he said, a laptop. I said, wait a minute, how can you do all that? So I had to retool myself.
Exactly. Yeah. It wasn't them old 1200s and everything. Nah, you right.
So
you
when
right.
I did all that, start the radio station, and here I am right now. So never say you're done with anything, because God will let you know you're not done yet. You're just taking a time out. I'm going to have you back. And he did.
All right. Well, I'll piggyback on that. Same thing with me and personal training. I always tell this joke, but it's not a joke, it's a fact. I moved here in 2012. When I moved here in 2012, now I was still in school. My major was biology, physical therapy path, right? So that's what I was doing. Of course, I still was a personal trainer and I did group fitness, right? And I moved here in 2012, and I found it so difficult to actually find people who wanted and the goal of working out, of losing weight, of not losing weight, but getting rid of weight, of actually being healthier. I didn't see that. All I saw were people who like tacos. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't get the level of commitment that I needed. So I quit. I took a step back. I was in school anyway. So I went and got me a job, a desk job. I was like, well, I can, study all my time in between and so forth, whatever. You know what I did, Brian, when I was there? I laughed thinking about it now. I mean, some things that, it's not rocket science. So I had finished up what I was doing, and I'm walking around. Girl, you gonna eat that? Okay. Well, walking all around, giving out health and wellness tips. Oh, hey, what's going on? Oh, what you, girl, did you, you should go to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So fast forward to, met someone or responded to an ad or something, and it was to open up the kickboxing studio. And I said, well, okay, all right, that's fine. And that's how I came back to it. I took probably about a year, maybe a year, maybe a year, maybe 2 years where I saw no clients. It was done. Couldn't get the level of commitment that I wanted, that I needed in order to fulfill my purpose. So I stepped back. Yeah. So I get that. Sometimes, like you said, you have to walk away to really realize what you're good at.
Yeah.
And that's how this whole series came about, really. It had been something that, because again, I have been not necessarily, because I wasn't overweight, but my mom, like I said, was a habitual dieter. She was always exercise, going to some exercise class or having the exercise equipment. It was all there. So, it was just always around. It's not things, it's nothing that I thought that I would follow as far as a career, however, it was always around. I went and did all different things, you know what I mean? Like, legit. And it's so crazy how it all plays in that and a play. You know what I mean? I've been I'm a writer, I've been publishing, I've had my own magazine column, I've done all the things, and now I get to put all the things that I've done back in there. All the, like I said, my background is marketing. I've done TV, I've done radio, I've done it all. And now I get to do what I want to do, though. And that's help the people. So however it comes, I'm with it. However it can get to you. If it's in person, if it's online, if it's on the radio, if it's on the internet, if it's wherever, I'm going to get to it. Come on, go fit.
Yeah. You're right about that. Yeah, and like I said, I try to spread the word as much as I can about you when I talk to people, because my line is, you want to get fit? I got the right coach for you. Not only you get fit, you get a comedian with it too. I said you get knowledge with it. She'll talk to you, and if you mess up, she'll tell you in not subtle way why are you doing that.
That's right. That's right. And you know what, Ron, that's what I kind of wanted to talk about today.
All right. Live right into it,
right. Right. The holidays are coming up. We are upon them. They are here, right? Mm-hmm. Next week is Thanksgiving. Now, I want to talk to my people out there who may not. You may be having your family gatherings, and you are okay with, your parent weight and size. However, you may have some family members that are coming that are not. Right. And when those situations occur, when people get really stressed out about going to family gatherings and functions and so forth, where they are like, well, I'm not eating this, I'm not going to eat that, I'm not going to be able to eat this, I want to talk to the people who don't worry about putting on their pants and so forth. Let's be inclusive this year. Okay, so I say that to say, sometimes you be like, well, let you bring it or whatever. No, maybe if you are hosting, and this is for my people who are hosting Thanksgiving meals this year. If you're hosting, let's put some healthier options also in the menu. I'm not saying that you have to exclude the things that you want to make. However, do provide other options for your guests who aren't worried about buttoning their pants and, worried about gaining weight and so forth. So what am I saying by that or whatever? Okay, I'll give you an example. Like maybe I remember the fried turkeys came on the scene. People were like, whoa, fried turkey, right? All right. Well, maybe you'll have a fried turkey or so forth, but maybe if possible, maybe you put to, have turkey wings or something, grilled or whatever. I don't know. But another option so that people don't feel like, oh, I just gotta eat this fried turkey. It's the only thing, right? Just saying. Options. Macaroni and cheese. All right. We all like mac and cheese. However, we know, it's a little heavier than what we need it necessarily to be, right? Let's just go on ahead and make your mac and cheese, but then make like your cauliflower casserole. Put your cheese and everything. You could still whatever, but it's vegetables. It's cauliflower casserole, mac and cheese. You know what I mean? Make it just like you would or whatever, using the vegetable. Cut down some calories. There's options. So that way your guests can make a choice, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe something else that people maybe like for desserts, right? So maybe for desserts instead of or not instead of but having a lighter option. Maybe and you'll have your sweet potato pie and your, I don't know, pound cake or whatever. However, maybe you have like fruit tarts. You know what I'm saying? Cut up some fresh fruit, have some, little, what do you call that stuff? Whipped cream, and maybe on like a little tart or something or whatever, right? Or maybe they don't want to have it. It don't matter. But you provided an option. You know what I'm saying? It makes it difficult to go to family functions and you're like, oh, I can't eat any of that. So be inclusive, guys, Also, I know football will be on and so forth or whatever, right? LeBron like, yeah. But maybe, like you said, in between there, around the game or something like that, plan a quick walk around the block after dinner. Or, like you said, hey, we're going to have a quick pickup game. Maybe you got a basketball hoop in the backyard or something, or, toss the ball yourself. Hey, in between, let's toss the ball back and forth, just saying. Make the people feel included. And it's just good. It's just good habits to get up and get moving after you ate like that. You know what I mean? Just being honest. We all know we need to. No need to sit with your belly popped open. Get up and move. Just say.
Okay.
Right? We don't want to sit up there. We all know, we be, so whatever. Another thing, guys, I want everybody to remember this one. Remember, when you drink cold beverages at the same time that you are eating, it is going to stop the acid from breaking down the food, which will make you feel bloated because the food is just sitting there. So if you are I don't eat and drink at the same time. I know people, I know they look at me and like, oh, I don't eat and drink at the same time unless it's something room temperature. And the only thing I'm drinking room temperature when I'm eating or whatever other than water is wine. So, that's just it. Otherwise, I eat. I may have, like I said, my water that's room temperature, a couple of sips or so forth, and then afterwards is when I drink, because I'm not really a big cold beverage person anyway, unless it's beer, So just saying. But remember, for everybody, when you're eating your meals, when you're, don't have your cold, hopefully you're not still drinking soda. Who still drinks soda? 2025, 24, geez. But if you are, whatever beverage, make sure that it is room temperature. It'll, like you said, alleviate that bloated feeling.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? No need to be up there. You know how y'all be. Ooh. Sorry, I'm talking stuff because I be like that too.
But people do that. Me, myself personally, I try to be active after I eat. A lot of people go to the sofa, and the football game is watching them. But you got to get up and do things, and that's blessing on having grandkids around, because I always want you to go out there, throw the football with them, do this, do that. And I'll get out there with them, don't make a difference. What it is. And I'm like a big kid out there around the grandkids. You know, I'm one of them. I'm down at their level.
But that's active, right? That's being active, interactive with your, with the kids, with the grandkids. My client that I just finished with, that's one of the things I'm working on with her. I'm like, you have this 7-year-old that has mad energy. You know what I mean? You need to get and be active with her, because being active with her is going to help you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that, like you said, when it comes to our family gatherings and so forth, I remember, it was about who was going to get drunk and cuss out who, but we played, I just was going to be fighting. And I mean, like, all the family drama, ooh, she brought such and such girl, So that's what we, may be used to. We were playing cards and dominoes. It was usually some, like you said, some of that going on too. Didn't say the other stuff wasn't going on, but that, it was a play where some of them was over there, you got the family reunion dancing and so forth. So, make it to be where it is interactive. After y'all and ate and so forth, like you said, turn on the music, get a Soul Train line going. You know what I mean? Everybody got to do at least 2 dances or something. I don't know. So that way you're burning calories, you're having fun. These are traditions that, you can start, that you go to your grandchildren's house or so forth years later, God willing, right? They're doing some of the things. They're doing some of the traditions and things that healthy traditions that you, were passed down. Even down, like I said, alcohol. Well, maybe for some of your people who are not drinking or are worried about their waistline and so forth, get some sparkling water and have, like, cut up, some orange slices, lemon slice, cute, or what do you call them? Strawberries or something, berries or something. So they feel included. Make them a nice little, or something. The inclusion. I don't know. I woke up with this word in my spirit, inclusion. All right. So, I mean, like you said, I think that, with this holiday coming up, a lot of times, which is why we had the brain health fair during this time. A lot of times, you may encounter people who are not happy about this time of year, because they are not gathered. They are not feeling included, right? They are not getting those warm and fuzzy vibes that, tend to be the norm for the season. So, if you know somebody that, maybe is single, or who, so forth, and they, offer them to come. They may be like me. I'd be like, oh, thanks, but I'm good. I personally, I'm good. However, on a different day, I may say yes. However, I've never, I'm not, my family, is here, there, and everywhere. And then my, early, late teens, adulthood, I was a military wife. So I was moving around. It doesn't bother me not one bit. What I now, just being honest, like I said, I'm talking to y'all about inclusion, but let me tell you something. What my Thanksgiving probably is not going to include is cooking. You hear me? I'm not cooking nothing. I I'm gonna make sure I have something in here that I can heat up.
You are a mess.
I speaks the truth, sir, and that's what I can guarantee.
I'm not gonna mess with you on that one right there. You do speak true. So let me ask, I brought that up on my show this morning about you made somebody that's single, and get them out. Ask them if they want to come over. Ask them this, because this time of year is a time of year that depression sets in for people. And we should invite the ones over, because sometimes a loved one must pass away sometime this year and they get depressed over that. And depression sets in, and boy, that's a killer by itself.
It is.
So we need to.
And like I said, that's why we did the brain health fair around this time. Mm-hmm. This is the time where people tend, like you said, if they have inner demons, if they have any heavy clouds, they get heavier, and the demons get louder. You know what I mean? Because 9 times out of 10, they may be by themselves, or maybe the situation that they're in gets extra depressing, or just sensory overload, with the holidays, with the people, with this, maybe that's just too much movement and somebody can't take all that, like the anxiety of having to be in the family meal, dinner and so forth, having to talk to the family members and explain, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that, people experience that we don't know. You don't know. So yes, like one of the people say, man, sometimes just lend an ear, just lending an ear this time of year. Like you said, if you can, you invite somebody, that maybe they don't have family close by or something like that. And again, they may say yes, they may say no. However, you do want to be vigilant that there are some people who may need a little extra care this time of year, right?
Yeah,
definitely.
Let me ask you something. A question came in to me, and this is going to be a good one. All right. A question came in to me today on the show, asking me, if you met somebody right now, should you invite them to your Thanksgiving dinner with your family?
Ooh.
And my answer was this. I'm going to be blunt. Absolutely not. And the reason why I said that was, you're just now getting to know each other, and you don't want them to have them come over and meet your family for the first time. You don't want none of that, because there's always one family member. Oh, look what the cat drug in. It's always going to be somebody out there saying something negative on your family. And I went on and said, it'd be nice if you say, hey, let's meet up after Thanksgiving. Because if you're just in a brand, it's not even a relationship yet, going out a couple of times, I said, absolutely not. You should not bring that person over for a family gathering.
Yeah, I agree with you. I can't see if it's somebody that I just met that I really don't have any relationship with. I'm just like, yeah, first of all, just being honest, until I really know you like that now, because I work out of, where I live or so forth, that you may know where I live then. Otherwise, you don't even know where I live at. Like, I don't. Yeah, I am dead serious. It is levels.
It is levels. It is.
No, not everybody should be invited to the family dinner. Not everybody should be invited to your home.
Mm-hmm. That is so true. I got to give a shout out to a few people that's joining us right now. We have Carol, Joyce, Clarence, Frederick are watching right now. So you got a few friends.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Flo and James. There.
All right. Now, you know what? So I've already got the date for the wellness fair, the Get Fit Wellness Fair. Gotta get ahead of it. Get ahead of it, right? Like you said, this one was the end of the series for the year. So this was our second year. Again, I want to thank everybody who has attended event in this series, and hope to see you next year. Next year, hopefully it'll be bigger and better, right? So February 1st, Get Fit Wellness Fair. That is general health, that is fitness and nutrition, and that is mental health. Always have to have mental health in there, and then financial literacy.
You gonna have a panel too?
Oh yeah.
Well,
because
I'm a.
Isn't it better to hear it from the horse's mouth?
Yes, it is. I'm going to throw something at you.
What's that?
You ready?
In there.
All right. I want to be part of it. And the reason why I say I want to be part of it is I want to bring the PA system. I want to bring the cameras. I want to bring everything. I want to make this like a production for you. Because what I had Saturday was all right. I was saying if I had 3 cameras in there and everything going on, everything set up, everybody with a wireless mic and all that going on, I seen the vision. And
okay, yeah,
yeah, with this vision because I really like what was going on, and that's going to be my part to donate to you for this.
Oh, Ron, look at you, like me, don't you?
I sure
do. Oh,
I got number love for you, baby.
Yay, man!
But you know,
we are family.
I just seen that, and I said, how can I play a part in that? And I started thinking, and I would say, well, I could do this for her. And God spoke to me. I
appreciate that.
And said, okay, next time she have any of these affairs, I'm there with everything that she needs as sound wise and camera wise.
Oh man, I would hug you if I was in the room with you.
But that's something I want to do. I want to everybody, because people I talk to, the first thing asked, was it taped? I say yes, it was. I'll be giving the tape to you sometime this week. I'll get to you on flash drive.
Okay.
And I said, Coach K will edit it and do everything what she wants to do with it. And I said, it was taped and everything. They said, well, thank you. Now, the sound quality, it was all right, but not
right. I know.
Not as good as I wanted it. But, you know, for your next one, and your next one, and your next one, and your next one.
There you go. And let me tell you something, Ron. I really appreciate that, because I really am looking at what do I need to do to level it up for 2025. One, obviously, was that we needed better sound and so forth. So I appreciate that. Also, one of the things that I decided to do for the second event, which is the our Fitness and Nutrition Expo, I'm going to team up with other, and I had other people come and do like fitness demos, but I am going to team up with other fitness and nutrition professionals and businesses that actually have theirs. So that way I can just bring the most powerful punch that you can choose what you want, you know. That's what I'm looking to do. So definitely for 2025, looking to bring better events, bigger events, more organized events, of course, reach more people. That's the whole goal. I'm hoping that everybody that was there on Saturday walked away with some tools for their toolbox, and I will make sure that those get out there. Some, like you said, the sound quality, I was listening at, when he recorded on my phone, I was like, oh, you could hear and I totally forgot to use my mic I had. Whatever. But I was preoccupied, like you say, my whole car situation was just like that. And that's how I knew it was going to be good, because I said, I was so pumped about the event. When I tell you, when I heard my car, I was like, nope, don't got time for it, right? And then when it gave out, I was literally picking up stuff for the event. That's what I was doing, running around. Yeah. And I said, oh, this is going to be good. Because you can't stop me. I'm coming. I'm
Yep.
coming with this good information. And I do believe that there was some good information. I like the question what the young lady asked about anonymity when she was saying, can you reach out to a counselor? Can you not have to give your information? I guess I never really thought about that. That was something
Mhm.
that I never thought about. I was happy that she asked that question. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like it was something I didn't think about. I appreciate like I said, I just appreciate a lot of the audience participation as far as, their comments and everything too. Like we were talking about the young lady, I was looking at some of the footage and she was talking about with her grandson and how he
Yeah.
was young and they were saying, no, he's too young. Had she, like you said, maybe had she not come to that event, she wouldn't have known about some of the options. And
Right.
did you see how, and what I loved, and that's what this is why I keep doing it, and I'm not going to stop. Did you see? Yes, I gave her an option. I gave her an option for a gentleman. He was part of year one and sponsoring in on some of the panels for the year one event series. So I remember that. So I was able to give out his information. You see what I'm saying? Just by business association and him being a part of that, I'm able to be a reference and refer him. What is that? Business helping business, right? But
Exactly.
not only that, but did you see by the end of that panel how one of the participants, one of the panelists, and she was a vendor, Googled some information for her and actually looked it up and gave her the resource to help.
Right.
That's what it's all about.
It is.
That's what it's all about. You can Google 50 billion things and have this come up, and is this right for me? Is this right for me? Should I this or whatever? But when you hear from the horse's mouth, when you have a room of people that are wanting to help, man.
I loved it. I loved it when some of the question was asked. The panelist was eager to answer the question for him. Who gonna answer? You didn't have to worry about because they was all chiming in, except for that one brother. You had to hey man, let him go ahead and talk. You had to say, he said, "Wow, I'm just honored to be on stage with all these women."
Eva was good.
Yeah.
It was and that's the thing, like you said, obviously he was doing what we all still remember that we need to do. Be a
Yeah.
student.
That's
Be
right.
a student. Be a student. You know, obviously some of the things that were being tossed around or so forth, whatever, were tools for his toolbox too. And of course he still came and, added
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
but again,
You know what's
that's the
amazing?
point.
You know what's amazing for me to come out there? I knew more than half those vendors. I'm always a place where they're at. And I go out there and I see them. I said, "You here too? How come I'm somewhere you here too?" I don't know, Ron. And we did not know each one of us was going to be there.
Mm-hmm,
And that was the
mm-hmm.
unique thing about this. See, and then some new vendors I met out there. Matter of fact, I had one lady who I gave my card to. She already sent a request to be on the show. She's going to be on next Tuesday. Was it Angie Books? I think.
Angie K.
Yes. We've been talking back and forth, and I got her signed up for Tuesday the 26th at 3 p.m.
Nice. Look, don't tell her, but so I'm actually participating in one of her newer projects, a compilation book that's being put out. And done my work yet. But I'm working on it.
I'm gonna pick her brain now.
I tell you,
But you
Ron, I think about what you say about all the hours, the minutes in the day.
mm-hmm.
And I am learning self-care isn't just stepping away, taking a couple of moments um, to maybe take a nap or meditate, or just, I don't know, have a cup of coffee. Self-care really comes into play where you recognize what your needs are and you did such. Self-care for me means, Ron, I'm not, and this is not a brag or whatever, because you heard me talking about, I got some stuff, but self-care for me has meant this year, and just the recent months, I had to hire a house cleaner. I can't operate, and I like Tammy, she made a joke, or somebody said she be cleaning it up before you put it down. That's right. I don't like certain things. So, in order to bring my community or these events, or to be able to help out other small businesses, I don't have time for that right now. My time could be better spent. Yeah. That's part of self-care. Self-care for me is finally saying that I really do. It's not a sometimes, it's not a maybe. No, I need an assistant now.
Yeah.
ASAP. That's part of my self-care. I know that in order to be able to serve myself, my family, and my community, I need to practice self-care by having these things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I want us all to remember that self-care looks different for everybody. Recognize what your needs are and what you need to do. Self-care is choosing to put good food in your body so that you don't feel sluggish, that you don't feel bad. Because honestly and truly, like you said, you are what you eat.
Mm-hmm.
Healthy food, junk food. What are you?
Exactly.
Are you healthy or you junk?
I agree with you. I agree with you 110% on that right there. Because I remember I made some chili, and my wife didn't know what the chili was made of. Oh, turkey.
Oh yeah, I use turkey.
Turkey.
I don't even use beef.
And turkey sausage. And I used 3 type of beans in there. It was all vegetarian. If you was a vegetarian, it was good. It was good chili, and she ate it. Then she one day making it. Ooh, you use turkey meat? I said, I'm using turkey meat going on 3 years, woman.
I can't say my ex-father-in-law, but he one time, I remember he came and he said, my ex-husband said, man, her chili good. And he was like, I don't know. Because he's told him I use turkey. I don't know, whatever. Like you said, him and my brother. My brother don't ain't no turkey. He's beef,
Yeah.
And both of them were like, this is turkey? I was like, yes, it is. It's all in how you do things. And remember, like I said, that goes back to, my message or so forth or whatever about inclusion with people for, the holiday season. Maybe you can swap out some of the proteins, or again, if you want to make something separate, okay. However, I really encourage you to look for some healthier options that you can have, even if it's down to, we know the one, right? Instead of putting the pork in your greens, put the turkey in your greens, right? Put the little, come on. We can do some things. Instead of using whole milk, maybe use skim milk in some of your bacon, or
Mm-hmm.
like I make cheesecake, so I actually use 2% the low fat instead of whole
All right.
sour cream.
Exactly.
So I mean, again, when you are making these choices, like you said, your self-care, it starts at your choices.
Mm-hmm. You know, you brought up greens. This was a gift my mom gave me, and what she said, you know how sometimes when you eat your greens and all the meat is in the greens, you want the greens. I said, yeah, well, this is what you do: cheesecloth. So you get a cheesecloth, you tie a jalapeno in there and a turkey neck in there, and tie the cheesecloth and put it in the thing of greens. And that way you get all the taste out of both of
Mm-hmm.
them in there without it being in the greens. Because
And the
you
greens.
know how many sometimes back,
Ah,
I'm gonna preach it. People use ham hocks and it over
yeah, yeah, yeah.
splinters of bone in there.
Right,
You know,
right,
if you
right.
wrap it up in a cheesecloth, all it stays right in that cheesecloth, and you get the same taste.
That's a good one. You said something about the jalapeno. I remember one time, this was years ago, man. This when we first left home, and it was a guy. He made his greens were sweet and spicy.
Mm.
I know. I can't re and again, this has been 20 something years. I still remember those greens taste.
Oh
For real. But
man,
they were delicious. You hear me?
yeah.
My gosh. Oh man, they were good.
Mm.
But don't worry about it, Ron. I'm not cooking, so we good.
I am. I'm cooking.
All right, save me a plate then.
Yeah, I got my recipe for my how I call it uh my diabetic sweet potato pie.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it is so different, and people will eat it and they can't tell the difference from all that sugar being in there and for what I do to it. It's complete, it tastes the same. So I got an order right now for to make for people. And I said, okay, I guess I can do that.
That's
but
good.
But I look at things being a diabetic, I look at the alternative, like you said, there's alternative to everything. And I drink 1% or 2% milk. I stay away
Mm-hmm,
from that whole milk. I do that.
mm-hmm,
My
mm-hmm,
tea is always unsweet and
mm-hmm.
freshly made. I do sun tea all the time. So,
But that's the thing, we have so many natural things that we can use to
right.
sweeten things, to season things, right? So that's all, with when it comes to American food, we're so quick to add in the
Yeah.
quick, and it's really just quick stuff, right? I'm gonna add in this salt, I'm gonna add in this sugar,
Mhm.
instead of what, like in other countries, they let me add in
Yes.
this spice, not salt, spice. You know what I mean? Let me add in this natural sweetener. So that's where we really need to, again, we want to, I still feel the need to include everybody. However, maybe you could take a couple of recipes, and instead of making both, just make one healthier option and throwing it out there, and just trying to, like you said, make some better choices. Better choices is practicing good self-care.
Yeah, I'm gonna share something with you. My wife's gonna kill me, but that's all right. I stay sharing always say, you in trouble. I said, I stay in trouble. But one day I was having some tea, and I told her, I need some sugar in this tea. Well, you don't eat sugar. Well, come over here, dear. I said, let me see your finger. She said, for what? So you can stir my tea. So you're so sweet, it's gonna sweet. She just looked at me and said, boy, that's the corniest line I ever heard. but
That's
but
all right. That's all right. That's
But
all right.
it's things like that. This time of year, being around family and who could talk to you better than family because they know what you're going through, and if they're truthful with you, they could tell you some advice they can give you some advice. Here's one advice for everybody to listen to right now. You got senior citizens that is your grandmother, grandfather, or whatever. Talk to them now before they become an ancestor.
Mm, mm, mm. And that right there, just being honest, I think not even just the senior citizens. And one of the pearls that was dropped was check on your people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really just what needs to happen, period. We need to check on our people. We need to make sure that we are checking in with those who, like you said, especially are older, because again, they may not get as many phone calls and interaction as, we do during the day,
Yeah.
so you do. You want to make sure that you reach out. One of the I think is awesome. They have the things I've seen on the internet. They take and paint like the grandmother's arms,
Mm-hmm.
and they take like a sweatshirt or a shirt and have them like hug them so that the grandparent handprints are on the shirt, you know. And I was thinking to myself, I said, man, that would be pretty cool, to do. So again, holidays are coming up, do get more activities like that, something that, where you're creating memories. I said to, honey, before he left, I said, man, I said, it was really good creating new memories with you. That's what, life is about. That's what life is about. I had my ex-husband, his cousin had said that, um, maybe, like you said, maybe about 10 years ago. And it really resonated with me. And I said, you know what? Right. Create positive memories, because
Yes.
we have memories that aren't that great, some of them, if we're being honest. However, for every negative memory that you have, try and have two more positive experiences to cancel that one out, right? Let's just keep adding to our positivity jar, as they say. Keep putting tools in your toolbox that's going to help you when maybe you're not in the best of spirits right now or this time of year, maybe. And for something else that was picked up at the event, maybe you do have a family member that you want to say something to, you want to help, you think that they need help, you have identified all of the warning signs of being depressed and maybe suicidal. I don't know. However, remember, one of the things that were said was you cannot help someone who does not want to be helped, and you cannot help them in the way that's helpful to you. You have to help them in a way that's helpful to them. Lend an ear. Lend the ear. Sometimes, they may not have nothing to say, but maybe just the fact that you sitting there, you not saying a thing, y'all just playing Scrabble or something.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just watching the program. Y'all just listening to music. However, whatever way that is helpful for them, if you can do that for someone, especially this time of year, be a good person. Be the change you want to see.
There you go. Listen to you. Coach in the house.
Just saying, it's rough. Life is tough, man. Jesus, be offense. Life is tough, but one of the things that I enjoy about the events and that I get out of the events that I've done the last couple of years is it's always good to reflect.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to reflect. And having these events allow me to reflect from the year before, from the different guests, or even from where I was at that point when I did that event. Reflection is awesome. Reflection is awesome. And if you look back and you're not quite happy what you see, then again, you need to be the change that you need to see, because nobody can do anything. That one thing, if in that room on Saturday, if you didn't pick up nothing, nobody can do it for you.
That's right.
It has to be you.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be you. What the girl said, it has to be, she said, if you are, I can't remember the word that she said, but she said you can't be involuntary. So that's the thing. If a person is voluntarily saying, I need help, hopefully do whatever part that you can to help them. Mm-hmm. That's my public service announcement for the day. Be the change you want to see.
PSA, you go with your bad self. I like that. Reflect on things, and that's the best thing we can do right now. Mm-hmm. It's just reflect.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, you cannot fuss about what is happening if you're not doing your part. That's with yourself. That's in your family. That's in your company, your business. That's in your community. Whatever. You cannot fuss about something that you're doing nothing about.
Control the controllables.
That part.
Yeah. So, wow, you have been an inspiration this morning, young lady. I love talk because you break it down in layman terms that anybody can understand where you're coming from. There's so many people out there that use all these big words. I think I was talking to somebody on the panel, and I told him, I said, a lot of people think they're real intelligent using these big words. My mom always say, if you use those words, you better know what they mean. It doesn't make you that intelligent talking to people. People think you talking down to them, and they'll go to somebody else who's talking layman terms before they come to you.
Well, so I'm at a toss up with that. Sometimes I like to use those $500 words because I know what they mean, and I love vocabulary. Like, again, writer at heart. So I love words. Scrabble is my favorite game. I remember I said to Honey one time, I forget what I said to him. And he said, well, why you just said that? I said, because I used the word that I wanted to use.
Well, I get you on that part right there. I'm not saying not to use big words. I'm just saying that, like you just said, some people don't relate when you say that. Like, you go to somebody, oh, I show him famished. Mm-hmm. Okay. You are what? I'm hungry. Well, why did you just say hungry? You know what I mean?
Well, I get that. However, but you know what though? I look at those moments, Ron, as teachable moments.
Yeah.
Like that. And I'm not saying for me to teach someone. What I'm saying is if someone says something that I don't know, I'd be like, explain.
Yeah.
And it's because that's a moment for me to learn. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I do understand that you want to be able to relate to a person and, not having to. I definitely don't agree with every freaking word coming out your mouth being freaking 8, 9 letters or more. Jesus, can you just stop it? Like, I mean, yeah. I don't consider myself, I consider myself having a good vocabulary, but what's coming in is like bang, 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 bang. It's like, can I get a because or something?
Exactly.
Just saying. But I do. I appreciate. I do. I appreciate everyone who came. I appreciate everybody who, even cares about my little 2 cents? And actually, I got 7 cents because, like I said, I like the number 7. So, who cares about my little 7 cents that I have to give? Um, just being honest. And I look forward to doing it for 2025. February 1st is the first date. We're going to be back where we were, kicking it off for the new year.
And I'll be right there with you.
Microphone check. 1, 2. What is this?
Yeah, so it's all good. Wow, I'm looking at, I don't know what's going on, but we're blowing up. We got Clarity, William, Andrea, James, Jamie, JS, Aaron, Will, Earl, Dale, Al. I mean, thank y'all, BJ. Thank y'all for tuning in, Jeremiah and Gene. Man, I'm telling you,
I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate
y'all. My friend said he'd be listening. He said, I'll be sending love from Baltimore. So
hello,
Baltimore. Yeah. We just listen, guys. I'm glad that y'all care again about my 7 cents. You may tune in one day and I got 22 cents. What?
Oh, I'm gonna drop a penny your way too. A penny or two your way. Oh,
just saying.
Somebody just texted me and said, "What line did you use out there?" I said, "Well, when I used it, I said that's all I got to say." And somebody said, "Drop the mic." Mm-hmm. I said, "This is what I said. The problem is not the problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem." Mm-hmm. That's what I said, and it fit in perfect what we were talking about. And I sat there for 2.5 hours, didn't say a word. Yeah. And I said, right. And all of a sudden, somebody's talking. I got to say this, Ron. Just raise your hand. So, but just for that listener out there who know what I said, that's what I said.
Yeah. And again, it really fits into what the topic was. Mm-hmm. Mental health has become more prevalent in recent times. We, from, like you said, different climates, different, different climate in our societies, as we've evolved and different things. And, of course, levels of availability to different people. I'll say that because, like you said, now we have access to some of the elites that we didn't know what they did before, and so forth. It's so many things. Like you said, as we have evolved, as Biggie said it best, more money, more problems, right? Mm-hmm. So as we have evolved, and we have all of these new things and modalities and so forth that we have access to. However, it's coming at a cost. It's coming at a cost. Like I said, I wanted to, one of the things I like to do is, and I like to scroll on TikTok because I don't have to interact with anybody. Just being honest. Mm-hmm. I don't have to interact and I can whatever. However, I really probably get in one good when I'm busy. Oh my gosh, maybe one good 5-minute scroll a week. Mm-hmm. A week. I control what I take in. Well, if I get on social media and I start scrolling and I see a bunch of nonsense that I do not care about, I put it down.
Yep.
I put it down. So I'm encouraging everybody for this holiday, if you are around your friends and family or so forth, inclusion. Inclusion meaning put your phones down and include yourselves and interacting with each other. Like, stop. Positive.
Well, I tell you what I do, and people think I'm crazy when I do that. Come midnight on Friday, I don't get back on social media till Monday morning.
No, I don't think it's crazy at all.
I plug away from it because I'm on it all day, Monday through Friday.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm doing
yeah.
everything. Now on the weekends, I'll make sure that my program is up and running, the Motown and all the stuff that I do on Saturdays and Sundays. I make sure my gospel's in place. I make sure all the drops are there. Other than that, you will not hear me live or I won't get on social media.
Yeah.
I wait Monday, there'd be a whole list. And they said, we've been trying to get hold. I said, did not tell you I unplug myself on the weekends.
Well, remember that was part of the event on Saturday, setting boundaries. You know, you have to set boundaries. I do the same thing. My work line come Saturday after 6 o'clock, it's on do not disturb. I'll hit you on Monday unless I look at it. It's not there. We're not getting through messages or so forth or whatever. No, no, because again, that is part of your self-care. Taking time to recharge. For people who put out energy, you know, like I made the comment, you know, I'm like, I put out a lot of energy all day long. Yeah. That is my job, is to put out energy. So yeah, at the end of the night, you know, and I know everybody be like, man, she has so much energy or whatever, Coach K or whatever. By the end of the night, I ain't got nothing to say, and don't mess with me.
I'm a firm believer that on weekends, even my closest friends, I will not call them on the weekends because they got to have their time. It could wait till Monday. Now that something happened tragic, I need to get a hold of them. Other than that, I'm going back to the old school days. Your weekend was your weekend. It was family time, your time.
Yeah.
Don't call me about anything because I'm not doing nothing till Monday morning anyway.
I know that's right. So, and that's good. Like you said, just I think I like what you said, going back to old school, but what it was just respecting people's time. Right. Yeah. But all right, Ron, I gotta get out here. I got more lives to save.
All right. 1 pound at a time.
1 pound at a time, 1 pound at a time. Again, I thank you, my brother, for coming out. It was a pleasure. Thank you so very much, because I definitely didn't have the audio going like the last event, and the one in February. I was on it. I had all my volunteers, but this time I didn't have any volunteers and so forth. So it definitely, like you said, didn't give me all of the footage that I really would have liked to have. So I appreciate you being there and getting something.
Well, you stuck with me now, so
stuck like Chuck. All right.
And just to let everybody know, to see previous shows of Coach K, go to WSAN Radio SA on YouTube. You can find her there. She's live, not live. She's recorded and in color. Okay.
All right, there, good friends. I gotta get out here, beat these streets.
All right. You take care. We'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, guys.
Okay.
Look, remember, be the change you want to see. Just saying.
Amen. All right. Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you for tuning in to WSAN Radio. Catch us on our YouTube channel, WSAN Radio SA. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button.